Let's talk about activity, because activity is essential. Can I ask you a question? And please be honest with us. Please raise your hand, all those who did not make as many sales calls last month as we should have made. Well, thank you for being so honest. Let me ask another question. Whose commission check last month was less than you would have liked it to be? Oh, Sandro, it's the same hands. Is this a coincidence? No. For us, it will always be a case of our activity this week produces our commission next. My first day in the life insurance business, I asked my manager, what do I have to do to guarantee I succeed? He said, make 15 appointments a week. I said, what if I only make 14? He said, with 14 you might succeed. With 15 I'll guarantee it. I think I went through my first 25 years in the business, Sandro, before I had the courage to make less than 15 appointments a week. Activity, it's the bedrock of our business. Did you know that top of the table members average twice the activity, twice the number of sales calls as ordinary MDRT members? Twice as busy, working twice as hard, but they make 6 times the income. Is this a fair exchange? Twice the effort for 6 times the income? Oh, still me? Okay.
Still Tony.
Well, no, people say to me, yeah, but if I have to make calls, I have to face rejection. Let me tell you something. The pain of rejection is temporary. The pride of success lasts a lifetime. Now, Sandro, I know that you have a great discipline for making sure your activity is full.
Well, I'm not nearly as talented as you, Tony, so I need a scientific
I understand that, and I think the audience appreciates that.
I think they probably do, in fairness.
If you lead with your chin.
Yeah, good point. Note to self. Yeah, so I guess I call it a scientific system. Very early in my career, I remember one day opening my diary. I'm a lot older than I look. For those who don't know, I'm 50 next year. I know. And I opened my diary. Go away. So I opened my diary one day, and I remember just seeing a sea of blank pages, because no such thing as tablets and iPhones in those days. So I opened my paper diary, and to my horror, all I could see was all these empty pages. And I guess my question to you is, is that motivational or demotivational? Because let me tell you, at the time, it was very demotivational. So what I did is again, through an idea I think I picked up at MDRT, what I did is I decided when I was going to work, when I was going to see my prospects. And so what I do in my diary is I block out, taking Tony's point, a minimum of 10 two-hour segments, which I highlight in yellow. But I decide when I'm going to see those prospects. And that will lead on to a conversation, I'm sure, Tony, about evening appointments, but we'll come on to that in a moment. For me, I blocked out these 10 meetings. So first of all, I'd open my diary, and I'd see these 10 yellow boxes. And all of a sudden, psychologically, I'm much more motivated because I can see these 10 yellow boxes. But what's interesting is I still have a blank diary. I still have no prospects to see. But my brain is looking at these yellow boxes, and what do you imagine my brain is wanting to do with the boxes? Fill them up. So my brain would get busy filling up these boxes, and inevitably, sometimes clients would say, well, I can't see you at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday or 4 o'clock on a Wednesday. Can we make it 3 o'clock? And I learned the art, and every one of you knows this because you've come across someone who's probably entered your home, plumber, electrician, carpenter, usually with a little notepad and a little pencil, and you're asking them for a quote for some work to be carried out in your house. And when you ask them how much this is going to cost, you hear this magic sound, and it goes something like, and you kind of know it's going to be expensive, don't you, when that happens? So when a client says to me, can we make it 3 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock, I don't give my time away for free. I don't just say no problem, because that betrays the sense that I am not busy. And perception in our business is definitely reality, Tony. So ultimately I want to negotiate so that the yellow boxes end up as close to where I originally wanted them to be as possible. And then I give myself a 10th or 11th red box, and the red box is my prize box. So going back to what we said about discipline, the red box can only be filled when I've filled my 10 other yellow boxes. So by the time I get to my 10th yellow box, I can focus on my red box. And the promise I make to myself, Tony, is that once the red box is filled, whatever business I do from the 11th red box is mine to do whatever I want with. I personally donate all that money to the foundation. I'm very proud to be an Excalibur Knight. So that's my focus, that's my prize box, is what I choose to do. I'm not after a cheap round of applause. Not like Tony. That's what I do, that's my discipline. But what's fascinating about the system is that my brain is much more motivated when I open my diary, first day, I still have a blank diary, but I have those 10 yellow boxes to focus on.
Great idea. Let me just share one idea about activity with you. What if we were to make one more appointment each week? I mean, just picture this. One more appointment each week, that's all. But that's 50 extra appointments for the year. Now, with 50 extra appointments for the year, 40 of them would be there. Probably 10, 15 of them would buy. And if your average commission is only, say, $1,000 a sale, that's an extra $15,000 of commission. Now picture this when we go home from this meeting and your much beloved, your husband, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend says to you, "Did you get any good ideas?" You can tell them. One of the speakers said, "If I make just one more appointment each week, darling, you can have an extra $15,000 to spend next year." What do you think your darling would say? I know what my darling would say. Make two.